details of my proposal. If you would, pass those around. Let me say this, I'd like to thank the board and the chairman for allowing this to be placed on the board. Thank you on the agenda for consideration. For years, the LALB itself, from at least around the early 90s up to 2009, allowed hundreds of licensed auctioneers to go without paying. This is on record for not paying licensing fees that were 65 years and older. So, you know, this is not something that the board is not doing. And at the time that they were doing this, we were not taking in as much revenue as we are taking in now.
I wanted to put my 2 cents in. I oppose the $5 licensing fee. You can't buy a fishing license for $5. It would not bother me if the license fee was $500.
Wiley Collins, the Henderson Auction, presently LAA president. I'm opposed to the $5 licensing fee. I'm along with Barbara. I don't mind the $500 fee. Y'all can leave it at the $100 fee or $150, whatever it is right now, but $5, that's absurd. I mean, why would we even collect a fee of a $5 offense? A $5 license fee? It seems pretty absurd to me. Speaking of,
in here don't want, and I heard people make statements about it was $500. Well, I tell you what, that's $350 difference given to me. Nobody's volunteering and giving money anywhere. More people are trying to hold on to what they have than to give it away. So let's not be so inconsiderate of the fact that if there was not a benefit to it, then everybody would be running in here head over fist throwing $500 instead of $150 for licensing. Raise it up to $500 and let's see how many people that's paying. They have to do the same thing. And I'm quite sure they're not going to run up in here if you pass this and come up in here and say, oh, I'm going to send my $150 anyway. I guarantee you they're not going to do that. They're going to say, you know what? Wow, thank you. That helped me out, but I was kind of struggling this year. I heard Mr. Is that nobody in here is going to walk up in here from Ms. Jacobs or any other board member in here and just throw money on the table and say, oh, I don't want it. We're in the business of making money and saving money, the conservative way. And I think the auctioneers of this state need a break. I think that they need to be considered as to giving them a break. What's a one-time $5 fee?
the statement was made that no auctioneer would come throw $145. If you charge me $5, I was gonna make it in my public comment at the opening, I would still give you $150. So here's one that's not, and I think Joe would, and I think you would. So that's not a true statement that no auctioneer would come up here and throw $145 extra on the table. I will.
Just for a point of history, I served on this board with you, Tess, probably 8 years, and when we were, just to bring the rest of the board members that may not know, when Mr. Phillips was talking
touch me
about...
again, I'm gonna, what you gonna do? You touch me again? What you gonna do?
We all gonna do it.
You got to leave.
Robert.
She's gonna have to leave too.
No.
He's not gonna put his hand in front of my camera.
Excuse me, what? Everybody calm down. Robert, take the camera off of him, Robert. Just calm down. Don't be...
Tired of all these fucking disruptions in here, man. Every meeting. Total disruption.
Mr. Phillips, please sit down.
Sit down. They're telling you to sit down.
Please sit down. That's fine. She was speaking. Let her speak.
He's putting the camera in people's faces and they don't appreciate it.
You know, we're not, well, no, look how much money we have. Look how much money we have. Setting in the account. Look how much money we have. We have the revenue to do that. And if you look at the chart, it's right there. The information is right there before you. And you know they want it. And each and every individual said that this board ought to grant the wishes of the auctioneer and give them a break. I guarantee you they'll thank you for that year, that if you don't get it for one time. But to not ask the question, it's almost like walking in here with your mind already made up. Come on, let's be real about it. So I stand before people every Sunday. And I have to look them in the eyes and walk away and go to sleep and say, you know what? I believe I've done the right thing for the right reason.
Thank you.
Under that line budget item, which I think is in conjunction with what Reverend Phillips is speaking of, the board should be aware over the last 24 months or so, due to lawsuits filed against the board, we have retained additional counsel, which is Larry Bankston. During that period of time, we have spent $40,586 to the law firm. Also, with one of the suits that was filed by Mr. Burns and Mr. Phillips, or the combination of thereof, caused our insurance rates to double, which was another $538 for this current year. That brings the total to $41,124 of unnecessary fees that this board's had to pay. We have 254 resident licensed auctioneers in this state, not counting corporate licenses, not counting auction barns, auction galleries, straight out individual auctioneers, and no out-of-state auctioneers are included in this count. You take that 254, that brings the total cost to $161.91 per auctioneer in this whole state. All 254, a total of a year's license plus $11.91. With these legal fees going on and the unnecessary expenses being caused to this board by lawsuits being filed against it, I'll make a motion that the current license fee of $150 remain intact.
I couldn't hear.
Remain intact.
I'm saying I didn't hear.
Any discussion on the motion? I have a first and a second for the 150 to remain intact. Any other discussion on that?
I have one other thing there. I don't think you can vote on the juice because I think the way I need to probably know.
What, I mean, what can legally?
Legally, if you
Legal.
want, legal opinion is, like I said, your statute says, and this has to do with schedule of fees, you're all aware that our statute has a schedule of fees. It was amended some years back to allow you to say may assess. Under interpretations, that means that that's the ceiling of the amount that can be charged. So theoretically, our statute, however, under regulations, when you voted on those in 2011, those say that you shall charge those same set of fees. So you have no actual ability without changing the regulations.
Okay, any other discussion? I have a motion and a second.
Roll call.
Roll call.
Mr. Brisker,
Yes.
Mr. Henderson,
Yes.
Ms. Jacobs.
Yes.
Mr. McMillan,
Yes.
Mr. Sims.
Yes.
Ms. Feinkamp.
Yes.
Unanimous.